So we're live now.
All right, you can return back to me if.
Okay. You're back as a host. Right, over to you.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whichever is applicable to where you are currently joining us from. On behalf of the Afenifere Renewal Group, Canada, I would like to welcome you all to this event commemorating the 3rd year anniversary of the passing of our friend, our brother, mentor, son, an intellectual giant, political philosopher, a nationalist, late Professor Pius Adebola Adesomi. Thank you all for making out time to be here. This is Knowledge Transfer with Abolarin College, Okeila. My name is Shola Oyegade, and I'm a life coach, corporate performance, learning and development expert. I will be your MC for this special occasion. Before we proceed, please let us together observe the national anthems of Nigeria and Canada. Thank you. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, a true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you everyone for honoring the two nations. And as we continue to pray for peace to reign in our world, God will continue to help all of us and strengthen us all together. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I could near
Sorry, I'm trying to mute the sound from the background somewhere. All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you very much. So moving on, today with us, we are privileged to have a keynote speaker who is the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who is ably represented here with us today by Senator Babafemi Ojudu. Also in our midst is our guest of honor, the Nigerian High Commissioner to Canada, His Excellency Ambassador Adeyinka Ashekun. We also have with us our royal fathers, His Highness Kabiyesi the Orangun of Okeila, Ki Adepelori, Ki Batakwelese, Ki Irukere Kodi Okeni. We also have with us the King of the Isalu Kingdom, the very homeland of late Pius, Professor Pius Adesomi, Oba Alayelua, the Agbana of Isanlu Kingdom. So right about now, we recognize the presence also of the chairman of Afenifere Renewal Group, ARG, Honorable Olawale Oshun, a renowned democratic fighter. You're most welcome. Once again, we welcome you all specially, and thank you all for honoring our friend and our brother here today. At this point, to our audience out there, please do well to make use of the chat room and mention to us your name, where you are joining us from, particularly that this is a program that is being attended all over the world. We would like you to greet us based on your time zone right now. Just go into the chat room and say, if you are in Ottawa, you can say Ottawa, good morning, Ottawa. If you are in London, you can say good afternoon, London. And if you are joining us from India, you can say good evening, India. Wherever you are joining us from right now, please let's go to the chat room and drop all these comments here so that we can have an idea of who we have on the call with us today. You all have done well to join us, and we really sincerely appreciate you taking our time to be part of this program today. I'm looking out for your comments in the chat room. All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, Ilori, Nigeria. Excellent. Good morning, Ottawa. London, Colin, Ayo, quality. Thank you very much. Yes, please keep all those greetings coming in. Good afternoon, Pretoria, South Africa. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Quite a number of people. Halifax, thank you for joining us from all the way from Nova Scotia. We appreciate your presence. Thank you, London. Thank you. I can see quite a number of people, like I told you, that this is actually a major program that is being attended internationally. And we really indeed appreciate your sacrificing your time to be with us and to honor our dear brother, late Professor Pius Adebola Adesomi. So moving on right about now, I am going to welcome the ARG coordinator, my brother and friend, Mr. Bayo Aregbesola, who is going to give us more background about what we are doing here today and why this is so, so important to all of us. Now, I welcome you, the ARG coordinator, that is Afenifere Renewal Group, Canada coordinator, Mr. Bayo Aregbesola. Please make Bayo feel welcome in the chat room.
Thank you so much, Shola. That was a wonderful one from you. Thank you. I really appreciate your contribution, and you are mostly welcome. So, as Shola stated, he has poignantly captured the reason why we are here today. So what I've decided to do is to use this PowerPoint as a guide for my remarks, so that in the hope that it will resonate much more better with our panelists and participants today. So, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, represented by Senator Babafemi Ojudu. Your Excellency, the Nigeria High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador Adeyinka Asheku, the Chairman Afenifere Renewal Group, Honorable Olawale Osun, Your Royal Highness Oba Adedokun Abolarin, Your Royal Highness or Your Majesty Oba Babatunde Etombi. I would also like to recognize the presence of Pius' older sister, Mrs. Iyabo Adesomi Tolui, who also joining us here today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning from Ottawa here in Canada, and good evening in Nigeria, and perhaps good afternoon in UK, or wherever you are joining us from. Before I proceed with my brief remarks, please allow me to introduce the member of the Afenifere Renewal Group, Canadian chapter. They are the one that made today's event possible. In no particular order, they are Dr. Olushola Wumiloju, Dr. Lateef Adewoye, Dr. Bankole Bayo Adams, Dr. Ibrahim Rashid, Mr. Esik Oluwolafe Jr., Mr. Ezekiel Fasheyikun, Mr. Olubenga Ajayi, Dr. Adekunle A.G. Ahmed, Dr. Debo Akanwo, Mr. Engineer Rantiwaji Dauda, and Mr. Dapo Bodunde. Thank you all for making this event, sustaining the legacy of late Professor Pius Adesomi, possible. Now, I would like to talk about, let me go back to ARG vision actually. So I've decided to use this PowerPoint, as I said, with the goal to make this message perhaps resonate with you much better. So the vision of Afenifere Renewal Group is to create a movement of people wanting the best for ordinary citizens anywhere in the world, in particular the Yoruba people. A group of people who share common values and believe in certain principles, such as economic emancipation, egalitarianism of the Yoruba, as portrayed in the establishment of the development agenda for Western Nigeria, Dawn Commission Ibadan, being a flagship of the achievement of the Afenifere Renewal Group, where Welfareism, such as affordable housing, free education and Medicare, and many other economic, social, physical infrastructure, and associated basic needs that could guarantee the pursuit of happiness for all persons. This vision became the fulcrum of the Afenifere under the leadership of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the late sage, politician, and one of the greatest Yoruba person of all time. Indeed, it is important to emphasize that today's event is to honor our late friend, brother, and mentor to many, Professor Pius Adesomi. We hope to discuss his vision and his philosophy, especially his vision on the need to develop human capacity. Pius was a social and political egalitarian. He believes everyone was created equal and should be treated equal. Pius envisaged and promoted a society where education and knowledge will be a catalyst for development. Therefore, our goal at ARG Canada is to create a nexus, on the one hand, between Pius' vision, his belief in human capacity development, and King Abolarin's vision, his belief in education without bias, and his human capacity development. As you can see on the screen, it's indisputable that these are Pius' legacy: service to humanity, public intellectual. He was a public intellectual, civic engagement on his Facebook and other social media handle every day, and democratization of educational space, which is one of the core reasons why we're here today. Now, according to King Abolarin, he established the Abolarin College to empower indigent citizens in rural community of Okela, Osun State in Nigeria. The single criterion to gain admission to this school is to be poor but brilliant. The population of the pupil is about 151 now. With this overview, I feel that most critical observers will agree that King Abolarin believes in equality of access to education, just as Pius did. An important bedrock for any society to thrive in today's fast-changing world is education. The vision for establishing the school and the criterion of admission suggests to me that King Abolarin believes all people were created equal and should be treated equal, especially with access to quality and free education. Hence the motto of the school, education without bias. Therefore, I need not convince you that Professor Pius Adesomi will not blink before embracing this vision. And if you're in doubt about this assumption, you only need to check his digital footprint. Pius lived his life propagating and democratizing knowledge and in engaging in human capacity development. Abolarin College is providing education without bias, which in other words, as I stated earlier, is democratizing knowledge. This service to humanity, we in ARG Canada believe, aligns with the legacy of Pius Adesomi. Thus, we urge you all to support this vision by supporting Abolarin College. When you do this, we are convinced you are sustaining Pius' legacy of democratizing knowledge. Now, I'm going to talk about how to sustain its legacy and how we feel. So in ARG Canada, we are not simply asking you to support Pius' legacy and walking away from you. We also want to walk the talk and bell the cats. Therefore, ARG Canada will be organizing a professional development workshop for the teachers of the Abolarin College. We express our gratitude to the volunteers who have agreed to lead this workshop and train the trainers. From your left, you have the Richard Buffet Damijo, who is an actor, writer, producer, and a lawyer. Afsat Abiola, President of Women in Africa Initiative, Professor Moses Oshonu, Professor Farouk Perogi, and Professor Samuel Oloruntoba. Thank you all for accepting our recommendation to consider this initiative. Thank you. We really appreciate you taking your time to teach the teachers at Abolarin College. We have given King Abolarin the liberty to extend invitation to this training workshop to the teachers in other schools in his community. In fact, as at yesterday, we have also extended this teachers development to the public school at Ishonlu in Kogi State, Pius' hometown. We hope this effort will eventually bolster human capacity and functional education in the rural community. Furthermore, AIG Canada has decided to fund the employment of science teachers to teach physics, chemistry, biology, and agricultural science at Abolarin College. We have committed to levy our members to the salary of this teacher for the next 5 years. We trust that these initiatives are not only in close alignment with Pius' vision, but will eventually create domino effect leading to other positive development among these people in the nearest future. We hope that among these students will be doctors, lawyers, teachers, scientists of different areas, social workers, legislators, civil society activists, and perhaps governors or presidents in not distant future. Now, this takes me to the last slide. In conclusion, late Professor Pius Adesami will have been 50 years on February 27 this year. As you can see to your left on the screen, is the epitaph which he wrote. He jokingly penned this at a workshop in Nairobi, Kenya in 2013, and as published by the Washington Post. And to your right on the screen was the last social media picture that Pius shared on his way to Nairobi, Kenya, where he jokingly penned his epitaph in 2013. After a few minutes after he shared this post, the picture on your right, Pius' work on earth was over, and he flew away, as he jokingly stated in 2013. May his soul continue to rest in peace. May Pius' vision to democratize educational space transcend our generation. Thank you very much. Over to you, Shola.
Thank you so much, our coordinator. We really thank you for sharing more insight about what our dear friend, spent his life to achieve. And also, I will love the fact that the collaboration that is currently happening between the ARG, that is Afenifere Renewal Group, then Abolarin College, and as all this actually linked together with Pius' vision. Thank you so much. And we believe that indeed everybody would continue to join hands with us to be able to make impactful contribution under this particular engagement. Thank you so much, our dear coordinator. Right about now, if you don't mind, I'm going to call on welcome our special guest of honor, who is the Nigeria High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador Adeyinka Ashekun, who in turn will also help us to bring on our keynote speaker for today's event. On that note, please, ladies and gentlemen, please help me make welcome His Excellency Ambassador Adeyinka Ashekun, as he gives us his brief remarks.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you. The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, ably represented by Senator Babafemi Ojodu, the Orogun of Okela, Kabiyesi Alayelua, Obadedokun Abolarinwa, the Agbana of his Sonlu Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Oba Moses Babatunde Etombi, the Chairman of the Afenifere Renewal Group, Honorable Wale Oshun, the Afenifere Renewal Group Coordinator, Mr. Bayo Aregbeshola, members of the ARG present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and a pleasure to be called upon to offer remarks at this very auspicious occasion. It has been 3 years since Pius left us. His departure was very sudden, and many found it difficult to come to terms with his departure. And so on a day like this, many of us would inadvertently have mixed feelings. But I believe we can attempt to take solace in the fact that the sheer depth and quality of this initiative that's being launched today is going to bring great honor to his memory. So we should take solace from that fact. Pius had a burning passion for a better society and a better world. He constantly used his prodigious communication skills to challenge us to be better, to do more, and not to settle for mediocrity. Part of his legacy was a commitment to the democratization of education, the belief that good quality education should not be the sole preserve of a privileged few. It should be for everybody. Higher literacy levels make for more productive, vibrant, and progressive societies. Show me a truly developed country, and I will show you a well-educated citizenry. The truly great leaders that we revere were staunch advocates of good quality education. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who was the first premier, of the defunct Western Nigeria education from 1954 to 1959. Free primary education for the people of Western Nigeria was part of his legacy, which lives forever in the hearts of the people. He once said, a people that is starved with books, especially the right books, will suffer intellectual malnutrition, stagnation, and atrophy. That's from the sage himself, okay? Nelson Mandela, who needs no introduction, has a popular quote on education, which is often referred to. He said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That's from Mandela himself. So great leaders understand and acknowledge the transformative role of education in a society. I would like to acknowledge Kabiyesi Alayelua Obadi Adedokun Abolari as a rare breed and an outstanding individual whose altruism is worthy of commendation and celebration. I make bold to say that he is indeed the kind of person we should hold up as a role model, that is, for those coming behind, for the youth. It is clear that the Abolari College is a labor of love born out of deep conviction. It could be said that this kind of initiative is a drop in the bucket, given the size of our population in Nigeria and the need we have. But I can say unequivocally that every additional child that is educated makes our society stronger and gives that child an opportunity that he or she may not have otherwise have had. And so therefore, this initiative is worthy of our commendation. Imagine, if you will, what would happen and what would be the outcome if every traditional ruler were to embark upon a similar project, not identical, just similar, something that would benefit their own locality in terms of education, that will give children a chance to be educated. Think of the impact nationwide if this were to be the case. Kabiyesi, the Almighty will surely bless and prosper your labor of love. And by God's grace, these children will validate your sacrifice. The fact that you are involved in the teaching makes your effort all the more impressive. It's not just a question of putting something in place, but you're actually involved in the teaching on a day-to-day basis. So that's just really wonderful, if you ask me. I must commend the Afenifere Renewal Group for ensuring that Pius's vision of conducting a knowledge transfer program for the members of staff of Abolari College is actualized. In committing to this, you have honored the memory of our late brother. Your plan to support Abolari College over the next 5 years beyond the knowledge transfer program will serve to encourage Kabiyesi and give this noble initiative a well-deserved boost. To all the Professor Adesomi's associates in the academia, in civil society, and other walks of life, among others, who have chosen to honor his memory by making this knowledge transfer program happen, I salute you and acknowledge your loyalty and sense of decency. I will close my brief remarks with a quote from His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was a quote targeted at those who aspire towards authentic greatness. It goes as follows: you will only be great if you devote your life and your efforts to serving others. The path to greatness is self-sacrifice for the good of others. Please reflect on those words. This tells me that a person may be successful or accomplished by attaining mastery in a field of endeavor. People may even celebrate you. But greatness, on the other hand, is reserved for those who live their lives for a cause greater than themselves that positively impacts the lives of others. To that extent, I wholeheartedly commend all who are involved in this laudable initiative as people who have chosen to pursue the path of authentic greatness. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you abundantly. I now have the honor and pleasure of introducing the representative of His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in the person of Senator Babafemi Ojodu. Senator Ojodu is a gifted journalist and a prolific writer. He served as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing Ekiti Central constituency in Ekiti State from 2011 to 2015. He is currently the special advisor to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on political matters in the office of the Vice President. Please permit me to introduce a highly esteemed colleague, a brother, and a friend, Senator Babafemi Ojodu. Thank you.
You're on mute.
Unmute your mic, sir.
Still on mute.
I think I'm
You're
there
okay
now.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your Excellency, Nigeria's High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador Adeyinka Ashekun. Kábíyèsí Ọba Adédòkun Abọ́lárìn, the Ọ̀ràngún of Ìkèlá. Kábíyèsí Ọba Moses Babatunde Etombi, the Agbana of Isanlu. My dear sister, Mrs. Bamidele Olateju, Honorable Commissioner for Regional Integration, Ondo State. Our own leader, Honorable Wale Oshun, and our brother, the coordinator of ARG in Canada, Bayo Aregbesola. Pius Adesomi's sister, Mrs. Iyabo Adesomi Toluhi, and other family members who may be present with us this evening. Friends and houses of Pius, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked by the Vice President to represent him today, and I want to apologize that he couldn't make it to be with us due to other official engagements. You will realize that he's combining right now both the office of the President and that of him, of the Vice President, because the President is out of the country. So he has quite a lot on his plate, and he has asked me to represent him. I thank you so much for this invitation and for the honor you are doing our brother, my own friend too, and a friend to the Vice President, Professor Pius Adesomi. I'm asked to talk on behalf of the Vice President today on African solutions for African problems, celebrating the legacy of the Professor Pius Adesomi 3 years after. On May 22nd, 2014, in his keynote lecture at the 4th Annual Africa Renaissance for Unity Conference, convened by the African Institute of South Africa and the Thabo Mbeki African Leadership Institute in Pretoria, South Africa, Pius Adesomi, among other points, discussed in his poignant keynote address, asked his audience this simple rhetorical question: who owns the African problem? Pius posed this rhetorical question to inquire when was, in his word, the last time Africans possessed the critical agency to own problems that are defined and narrativized as African. Let me quickly add here that my remarks today are not to dissect Pius' paper, as he already did justice to the subject in that lecture. I'm also not suggesting that African governments do not have roles to play in proffering African solutions for African problems. Far from it. Rather, I'm only seeking your indulgence to allow me to borrow the phrase he used in his paper as a title for my remarks today: African Solution for African Problems, especially from a socially responsible citizen's perspectives. I'm an avid reader of Pius's articles and admire his intellection. Professor Pius Adesomi was a colossal figure on post-colonial subjects. According to Bernard Antoine Bacon, President and Vice Chancellor of Carleton University, Canada, the university where Pius taught before his tragic death, Pius was a towering figure in African and post-colonial scholarship. As a people, we are still pained that Pius died in the ill-fated Ethiopian Airlines flight 302 in March of 2019 on his way to Nairobi, Kenya, to participate at the Civil Society consultative program organized by the Citizen and Diaspora Organization of the African Union. It would seem that Professor Adesomi embraced his maker in the belly of Africa while on a mission of propagating knowledge. President Buhari mourns Professor Adesomi In the official statement from the president after the air crash, the president expressed his thoughts and prayers to Pius' family, and to other deceiving Nigerians and the other passengers and crew who lost their lives in the plane crash in Addis Ababa. The president believes that Professor Adesomi had a great impact on the lives of his friends and associates and was selfless in his academic community. I believe that Pius used his intellectual platform in the classroom and outside the classroom as his agency for the common good. He used his academic platform as his playground of ideas, education, innovation, and a platform to propose and criticize suggested solutions to myriads of human challenges across the world. Pius certainly used his platform to germinate ideas and to democratize education and knowledge. Beyond a doubt, Pius was in his lifetime committed to raising the future generation of leaders. Therefore, an event such as the one we are having today and support for scholarly work such as teacher development fits in well with Pius' expectations. In fact, one might hazard a guess, based on his writings, that the idea of a knowledge transfer program for the staff of Abolone College, Okela, Osun State, aligns with his legacy. Moreover, Pius' activities in civic engagement and the social responsibility of his commitment to democratizing the knowledge space all appear to be in tandem with the vision of the proprietor of Abolone College, Oba Abolarin. In the words of Oba Abolarin, the college was established as its own service to humanity. Abolarin College, its website confirms, provides free tuition and free accommodation to its entire student body, all from poor homes. The sole criterion to qualify for admission to Abolarin College is to be poor but brilliant. In fact, the proprietor of Abolarin teaches at the school as well as providing financial support to sustain the study and living expenses of the entire student population. This, in my view, is an important example of democratizing the knowledge space and a worthy legacy to be celebrated. An enduring legacy is not necessarily the amount of money or property one leaves to a person in a will, but also our personal investment in the human capacity development of others. Investment in ideas or in education as part of our corporate responsibility will leave a more enduring legacy than money or property. While money can easily be spent, property can deteriorate or lose its value over time. Investment in knowledge has eternal values. It grows continually when it is consolidated with a strong foundation and continuously watered. Is this not why Obafemi Awolowo, several years after his death and the demise of his Action Group Party, is still remembered till today? One must commend Oba Abolarin for his vision in establishing and nurturing Abolarin College. Oba Abolarin deserves all support from all of us, and I encourage all good Samaritans to consider supporting the Abolarin College. Furthermore, I must commend the Afenifere Union Group, Canada, for promoting Pius' vision for sustaining his legacy, which is, in my view, in tandem with the vision of Abolarin College. In his lifetime, Professor Adesomi used his intellectual platform to advocate for and to support egalitarian principles, that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. I would like to use this medium to encourage other diaspora groups to follow suit and engage in a similar social intervention program. One cannot stress enough the important role of the diaspora community in the economic development of their countries of origin. The diaspora of developing countries can be a catalyst for economic development, not only through cash remittance, but also through knowledge and technology transfer, such as the knowledge transfer for Abolarin College. The important roles of diaspora direct investment in developing countries have been analyzed by many scholars and organizations such as the World Bank. So I will not engage in further academic analysis of the various publications and the importance of diaspora in knowledge wealth remittance or technology and knowledge transfer. What is, however, worth emphasizing is that African governments, in particular Nigeria, recognize and place high value on the importance of their citizens at home and abroad in the task of national and regional development and nation building. Many countries such as China, Korea, India have clearly proven that diaspora contributions are crucial in transforming economies. We understand the importance of providing administrative structures and incentives to encourage an enabling environment for deploying diaspora resources, such as their expertise, investments, entrepreneurship, and corporate affiliations around critical growth pillars. As an example, the president recently approved the establishment of the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Trust Fund, a private sector investment opportunity with Nigerians in the diaspora to support direct investment in the country. We encourage our diaspora to consider keying into this initiative and similar others. In closing, I urge you all to continue to sustain the legacy of Professor Pius Adesomi. While listening to Mr. Bayo Aregbesol's well-delivered opening remarks, I noticed his reference to words in the Washington Post of March 12, 2019. What initially caught my attention is the coincidence of the date of the publication of the article and today's date, March 12th, which is exactly 3 years later. The publication reveals how, at a workshop in 2013, the late professor jokingly penned his own epitaph. He wrote, "Here lies Pius Adesomi, who tried as much as he could to put his talent in the service of humanity and flew away home one bright morning when his work was over." During his lifetime, there is no doubt that Pius put his talents in the service of humanity. One might argue that he used his talents to find African solutions for African problems, thus supporting Abolani College by ARG Canada and other good Samaritans in the service of humanity fits my idea of the noble cause espoused by the late Pius Adesomi. The late Pius Adesomi spent his life making education accessible to everyone, irrespective of their creed. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Amen. Now, I permit me to have 1 or 2 minutes to tell a bit of my own story, to put an importance on what Oba Abolani is doing. I do not know whether, if I had not had an opportunity to education, I probably would have been maybe leader of NURTW in my state today. In 1977, my dad lost his job at the textile industry in Ado-Ekiti, and there was nothing for the family. I was in final year, and the continuation of my education and that of my siblings was threatened. Then my father came to my school one morning with an advertisement in sketch placed by Chief Ganifa Emi, asking indigent students to apply for scholarship. I was elated to see that, and I applied. You know, I was shortlisted, and we went to Akure and wrote a test. I passed the test and was given a scholarship of at that time 100 naira to pay my tuition fee in my final year in secondary school. I wondered if that had not happened, if I had dropped out, I wouldn't have been what I am today. So I can imagine the importance and the crucial outcome of what Abolani is doing. I thought I should give you this, my personal story, because sometimes some of these things appear theoretical. They are not at all. They are very, very practical. They are very real. And someone like me, cannot but see the importance of what Abolani is doing. And Kabiesi, be rest assured that whatever it is some of us can do to assist, even adopting the education of 1 or 2 of the boys in that school, we shall do it. I also have the assurance of the Vice President that very soon, he will pay a visit to that school so as to inspire you and inspire the students of that school. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Senator. We indeed really appreciate the speech that you have just delivered. I personally reckon that this is quite inspiring. Just the last message or the last story that you shared, I was telling my friend earlier also that we also benefited from something similar like this when even at the University of Ibadan that we have to go back to our state in Osun to collect bursary, as students in the university, just to augment our expenses in the school. Thank you so much, and we really commend what the KBSC is really doing with all these younger ones. That we really believe that the future of Nigeria is really bright, particularly with the kind of quality education that they are receiving from the college. Thank you once again, Your Excellency. And about now, I would like everyone to just go into the chat room, if you don't mind. Help us thank the ambassador for this, brief remark earlier. And I would like you to also thank the senator for that inspiring speech. Please, let's make use of the chat room to appreciate our guest of honor and also for the brief remark. Thank you. I'm waiting just to see what we are dropping in the chat room for them. Let us appreciate them, please. Thank you. All right, so as we move on in this program, I'm going to call on bring on right now the proprietor of Abolari College, King Abolari, who indeed has really demonstrated great vision by investing in the lives of the indigent of the community and beyond, to at this time give us his own remark and share more about the vision behind, in fact, I can say that the vision and the passion, all right, behind the Abolari College. Now, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Kabiesi Oba Abolari. Thank you, sir.
Yes, in Nigeria, it's a good afternoon. Mr. Vice President, ably represented by my brother and friend, the High Commissioner, Mr. Adeyinka Shifun, Kabiesi, my brother colleague, tireless members of the ARG, and all the distinguished participants. It's a delight to be here this afternoon. There is nothing that we are doing that we didn't, in terms of training, received from our leaders. And we have the bust of Chief Obafemi Awolowo in our school. I didn't have the privilege of working closely with him because he passed on years ago when I was doing my master's degree in Ife. But I have the honor to associate with great minds and understudy them closely. And some of them are resting in the Lord. Papa Adekunle Ajasi, Chief Abraham Adesoya, Chief Bola Ige, Chief Sholanke Onosoya, Papa Olaniwu Ajayi, and about 2 of them are living, Chief Ayo Adebanjo and Chief Olu Falai. I didn't go to school to be a king. I didn't wish it for myself. Not to talk of to live in an environment like Okeila, rural, until I became the king in the year 2006. I didn't have the opportunity of staying in my kingdom 7 days at a go. And the year the crown was placed on my head, I say it all the time, was the saddest day of my life. But I didn't know that I had a mission to fulfill. And I thank God for the mission that we are now trying to fulfill at a huge cost. I abandoned my family to be a traditional ruler. But when I see my children now, I give God the glory. We started about 7.5 years ago. And presently we presented 28 of our foundation students last year for WAEC and NECO and JAM. and to the glory of God. 21 of them are presently in our various universities. And 5 of them, to the glory of God, will be doing their matriculation in Ife on Monday, and I hope to be there. I know that Mr. Wale Oshu is listening. My leader, my friend, Ayo Afolabi, we were groomed by the same actors in what good governance is all about. And we are going. Life is not static. We need to groom the succeeding generation. And that is one of the reasons why we have Abolari College. It's a school that is not, I have few of my children in Okela here. I have Bulus. Bulus is from Borno State. Asabala is also from Borno State. Nathan is from Plateau State. Shizom is from the East. Miracle, I pronounce it the way our brothers will pronounce it, Miracle. Miracle is from the East. Okebe is from Benue State. Esther is from Benue State. And Kenneth Dike is from Delta State. That is who we have. We see the greatness and the good in all human species all over the world. I thank you. I commend you. My daughter, my sister, Bamidele Olateju, I commend you. You've been here. We thank you for your support. Sheye, Dawn Commission, we appreciate you. And I've never seen a tireless worker as Mr. Aregbesola. Fantastic guy. Works so hard. Always communicating with me 24/7. I commend you. We're here to create leaders of the future. They're taking over from us. And I tell them all the time, the crisis that we're facing in the Nigerian Federation, they must appreciate and understand. They must do it better than us. Nation building is not a thing you get done overnight. It's a process. And this is our own little contribution to developing the future. And I tell them all the time, I'm not going to be part of their future. It's a big, huge sacrifice on my path. But we thank God for the little we are doing. For people all over the world to recognize the little we are doing in Okeila, it's unbelievable. Then we need to create more for the future. And I say it all the time. It's a prophecy that will come to fruition. Nigeria will be the undisputed #1 country in Africa. And I know one of the greatest in the future, one of the very best in the future. And our children from all over the world, they will come back to Nigeria. They will see the greatness in the land, because Nigeria is a land flowing with milk and honey. I commend you. I thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Your Royal Highness, Oba Kabiesi Abolari. We indeed really appreciate the great work that you are doing. Are beneficiary of this in the future, grow to give back to the same community and beyond by the special grace of God. We pray for more health to you. We pray for more strength to you. And we pray for more grace to you as you continue in this laudable vision. God bless you for us, sir. All right. So right now, moving on, please let us also appreciate our King in the church room. Let us appreciate the laudable work that he's doing. And like I always believe, the true test of vision is in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, can we really sustain it? And that is part of what we are trying to do here today, to ensure that we put more structure in place. We put, the supporting system that would help us to sustain this laudable vision as it is. So right now, moving on, I am going to call on the special performance from the same Abolari College student. Part of what we have put together today is for us to see these children. I saw them in the hall. I don't know if all of us can see them right inside that hall, in their white outfits, and you can see them in their numbers. At this time, we're going to allow them to just make a special presentation to all of us. I think the King would like to say something. All right, over to you, sir. You can unmute and. Hello, sir. You were saying something. Wow. Wow, awesome. Please help me appreciate and celebrate these children for that brilliant rendition, cultural display. Excellent. Please, let's make use of the chat room and celebrate them. Thank you, children. God bless you, and God keep you. God preserve you for us. Thank you. Thank you. So moving on, and now that we have heard from the proprietor of the Abolarin College, His Royal Highness, and we have also heard even from the coordinator of ARG, and we've also heard the keynote speech from our keynote speaker, and also write about the fact that we have also done everything up until now well. I think this is the right time for us to jump right into the heart of the sustainability part of this program. How can we sustain this program? How can we sustain this vision? How can we sustain this laudable idea, and in such a way that 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 30 years down the line, the vision will still be running because of all that we are all going to also contribute towards that today. So we have come to the fundraising segment of this program for today. And on that note, I am going to call on my dear brother, Mr. Dapo Bodode, who is going to lead us through this fundraising segment and share a bit more about the vision and the plan that ARG already put in place in collaboration with Abolarin College. Mr. Bodode, please, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, Majesties, Cabiases, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. ARG Canada is pleased to announce the establishment of the ARG Canada Educational Fund. The fund was established to contribute to the development and advancement of education in Nigeria. As a socially responsible organization, ARG Canada hopes to impact the lives of the younger generation, as well as to help raise more awareness amongst our people on the importance of social responsibilities towards people who are marginalized in the society. The fund will be used to intervene in the educational sector in any community in Nigeria where we have identified gaps. Our approach is to facilitate fundraising events every year. And for this year, 2022, we have chosen Abolarin College as our focus of support as we dedicate this venture to the memory of late Professor Pius Adesomi. As we all have heard, the marvelous work that His Royal Highness Kabisi Oba Abolarin has been doing. He's selfless and spent his time, his money, and he can't do this by himself. So Abolarin College needs your help, and I'm going to spend this time to just flesh out the areas in which we can help Abolarin College. So the first area of need is in security. We all know how important the issue of security is for schools, especially at this time in our nation's history. The security infrastructure at Abolarin College needs to be upgraded. The absence of a physical barrier like a perimeter wall or fence leaves the students vulnerable to external intrusions. A physical barrier is usually a first line of protection, and as such, needs to be urgently addressed. Other innovative security architecture, like the use of surveillance cameras in and around the premises of the school, would complement the physical barrier. Employing security men to guard the premises would also help with human intelligence needed to complete the integration of innovative technology into the security architecture of the school. Our hope is that we can get enough partners to collaborate in funding this very important issue. The second item I would like to talk about is teacher development. And as our ARG coordinator, Mr. Bayo Aregbesola, has fleshed out the details, I'm just going to talk a little bit about or re-emphasize what we have decided to do as ARG. So the remoteness of Abolaye College and the inability to pay an attractive salary have made the recruitment of qualified and competent teachers a challenge. ARG Canada has decided to take up the challenge of teacher development by funding the employment of science teachers to teach physics, chemistry, biology, and agricultural science. We are committed to paying the salaries of these teachers for the next 5 years. The third area of need is in the area of accommodation. Next slide. So decent and comfortable accommodation is key to the well-being of students and enhances human capacity development. Students spend a lot of their time in their hostels, which serve as their second home. I'm sure we all agree that if the place of abode does not provide the necessary comfort required for students to unwind and relax, learning becomes more challenging. Abolaye College is also currently experiencing an increase in student population. As such, there's a need to expand the accommodation infrastructure to handle this increase. My fourth point will be on sports development. Physical activity is vital to the holistic development of students, fostering their physical, social, and emotional health. It is a known fact that there's a correlation between sports and the emotional, psychological, as well as social well-being of students. It has been proven that physical activity through sports improves overall health by helping to reduce the sedentary lifestyles that are associated with chronic conditions such as diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Additionally, depression and other mental illnesses are alleviated by participating in sports. As such, we are calling for monetary donations to be able to upgrade the badminton court, the school track and field amenities, the volleyball court, as well as purchase of jerseys for student athletes. Donation of sports equipment like balls, nettings, table tennis bats, badminton rackets are also welcome. The fifth area of need will be in the provision of a school bus. A school bus is paramount in providing identity for an institution. It also ensures better security when students have to be transported from place to place. Transportation in rural areas like Okela, where Abolaye College is located, is a challenge. Having a school bus will make it easy for students to travel out of town for extracurricular activities like sports or literary and debate activities with other schools within or out of the rural areas where the school is located. I'd like to touch upon how and where to donate. Donations can be sent directly via a bank deposit. The bank details are listed, the bank details for Abolaye College are listed on the PowerPoint, as well as on the college's website. Another way to send donations, especially for people in the diaspora, would be by the use of technology, and our technology of choice would be the SendWave app. SendWave works by allowing you to send money from a debit card to any country abroad. So all you just do is sign up for the app, enter your sending and your payment details, and then send money at your leisure. SendWave doesn't charge transfer fees. Also, people can donate in kind. Donations can be done just directly by donating things like sports equipment, books, computers, CCTV cameras, etc., etc. The funds and other donations are to be sent directly to the school. Abolaye College has a strong, transparent, and accountability framework to ensure your donations go directly to identified projects. ARG Canada requests that you kindly indicate in your donation remarks that you are making the donation to support ARG Education Fund for Abalari College. We are asking donors to do this so that we are able to reach out on our part to acknowledge and express our gratitude to all the donors. In closing, I would like to highlight a few reasons why it is better to give to charity. First reason would be that it teaches kids the importance of giving. At today's event, the kids are available, the students are witnessing what we're doing right now. And teaching kids to care about others is an important life lesson. When children watch you give, they will grow up knowing that giving back is the right thing to do and follow in your footsteps. Also, giving promotes the feeling of happiness. Helping others feels good. When you donate to a charity that is important to you, you are not only helping them to continue their vital work, but you're also improving your emotional well-being. This is a win-win situation. Also, donating gives you the opportunity to show gratitude. Life is busy, and it can sometimes be easy to forget to show gratitude for all that we've been given in this life. So remember, God loves a cheerful giver. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dr. Bodunde, for taking us through this very important segment of the program. And I think about now, it would be nice for us to indicate in the chat room, you know, everyone that is, whether you are ready to make your, you know, commitment now, or you want to get across to ARG Canada afterwards, or get across to Abolari College as has been presented. Thank you once again, Mr. Bodude. And I am going to say personally that for everyone that gives, like he said, that, you know, God will give back to you. I believe that when you give, truly you unlock another level of blessing that even money cannot buy or replace to you. So thank you very much, everyone. I think Mr. Bodude, I don't know if at this point we want to take specific commitment, which would probably we can also follow up with after this program.
Yeah, I mean, if people are willing to commit right now, they can just put their notes
in the chat room. Actually, they can drop the comment in the chat room. This is the most important aspect of this program, and we would really like to be able to track and follow up with everyone afterwards. This is a noble, you know, project, and everybody should be able to identify with us one way or the other. Thank you. I'm looking at the chat room just to see who is going to drop for us first in the chat room. Okay. We can also receive direct messages for anonymity. Anybody that doesn't want to, okay, you can also visit the Abolari College support page on their website. The website is displayed on this, you know, screen. It is the abolaricollege.com.ng. Thank you very much as you continue to support this initiative, the great work that the King is doing with the children of this school. All right. The account for contribution can be displayed. Yes, it is being displayed, Mr. Mukadam Ashiwaju. It is being displayed. It is right here. Thank you, Engineer Ronti Dauda, for that donation of $100. Canadian dollar. We appreciate your giving. Thank you. You can actually keep them coming in, and you may want to reach out to some of the panelists directly. We would, you know, collate, like Mr. Bodude said, you know, transparency is actually one of the core values of this institution, and as also has been demonstrated by the King himself He's been doing this all by himself, and it is just a privilege for all of us to be able to partner with him one way or the other to continue to further the advancement of this particular vision. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so moving on this program, now that we have heard from the king, the proprietor, and right now we have also heard about the donation for the school. We are going to move on to the brief remark on behalf of the selected, from the selected friends and colleagues of our late brother, Professor Adesomi. The first person I'm going to bring up right now to give us vote of thanks, pardon me, will be on behalf of the family, given all that we have done here today. I'm going to call on Mrs. Iyabo Adesomi Tolui. She is the, our brother's elder sister, all right, and she's here on behalf of the family to present our vote of thanks. Please welcome with me, Mrs. Iyabo Adesomi Tolui. Over to you, madam.
Okay. Hello, baby.
Hello, we can hear you.
Is it, can I talk? Your Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, represented by Senator Babafemi Ojodu, Your Excellency, the Nigerian High Commissioner to Canada, Your Royal Highness Oba Adedokun Abolarin, proprietor of the Abolarin College, Okeila, Your Royal Highness Oba Moses Etumbi, the Agbana of Isanlu, other distinguished and respected guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Adesomi's family, Kogi State, or Adesomi family of Isanlu, Kogi State in Nigeria, I would like to express our most sincere thanks to you all. I want to thank the guest speaker, His Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, represented by Senator Babafemi Ojodu, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to grace this event. I express our gratitude to the organizers of this event, the Afenifere Renewal Group Canada. Thank you very much for sustaining the legacy of my younger brother, Pius Bola Adesomi. Thank you, BAC Abolarin, for your honor in collaborating with other stakeholders to implement this noble vision, and express our family gratitude to the facilitator of the proposed teacher workshop for the Abolarin College. Thank you. In my view, this noble event is not only about celebrating the legacy of my late brother, Pius, as a one-day event. Rather, it is about sustaining his legacy by empowering the young minds at Abolarin College. Empowering the minds of these students will certainly have far-reaching impact on their lives. Is that among these young pupils at Abolarin College will emerge Nigerian and world future leaders. Most importantly, our family hope that the scholarly works of my late brother will serve as examples that will galvanize the aspiration of these young pupils at Abolarin College. As many of you already know, We are from a family of educators. My late dad, Chief Alfred Adetomi, was an educator before he retired as a principal of Egbeges College, Egbe, Kogi State. Our mother is also an educator who taught for many years. My late brother, Pius Bola Adesomi, whose legacy we are celebrating today, consolidated on the scholarly path that our parents laid. He did this with unwavering optimism until his death. Without a doubt, education is a befitting legacy for my brother. In conclusion, I am very thankful to the MC and the entire participants of this meeting. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Thank you all. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam, for that vote of thanks on behalf of the family. So moving on, right now we're going to call on some selected friends and colleagues of late Pius Adesomi, who is going to tell us a bit about their relationship with him and general comments about his life. I will be calling on Dr. Unduka Otiono, who is an associate of late Professor Pius Adesomi at Institute of Africa Studies at Carleton University. Please welcome with me, Dr. Unduka Otiono.
MC, if you don't mind, before you call on Unduka, could we acknowledge the presence of Kabiesi of Etombi? He was having technical issue before, so he just joined.
All right, thank you for calling my attention to that. Kabiesi, sir, you are most welcome to this program, and it's really a great honor to have you honor this invitation. God bless you. Bless you, sir. You're most welcome.
All right, thank you very much. Sorry, it's been very, very difficult for me to connect to you guys. I would really appreciate you. Thank you very much. In order not to disrupt what I've been doing, let me allow you to consider to the end of the program.
Thank you so much, sir. Your Excellency.
And Shola, again, one thing, can we go to the next one? Then Unduka will come last. Dr. Unduka will come last, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So moving on, I'm going to call on Mr. Sheye Oyeleye, who is the DG of Dawn Commission, Ibadan, and also a very good associate of late Professor Pius Adesomi. Please make welcome Mr. Sheye Oyeleye, DG, Dawn Commission, Ibadan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oyebade. It's a pleasure to be here. The Vice President, ably represented by Senator Femi Ojudu, Your Excellency, the High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador Adeyinka Shekun, Your Ogunofokela, Oba Bolarin, the Agbana of Isanlu, Oba Moses, Babatunde Etombi, Honorable Commissioner, Regional Integration and Diaspora, Mrs. Bamdele Olateju, the Chairman of ARG, Honorable Wale Oshun, Secretary ARG, Honorable Ayo Afolabi, and the Coordinator ARG in Canada, Bayo Aregbeshola. Good evening, and thank you very much for organizing this. I've been told I've only got 3 minutes, which I want to use judiciously. Let me start by saying thank you for honoring Professor Pius Adesomi with this particular initiative. And I'm particularly enthused because you have chosen as diasporans to get involved in what is going on in the country. You could easily have just joined the chartering classes to complain that things are not working, things are bad, there's nothing to do about it. But ARG Canada you decided to, for want of a better word, get your hands dirty by getting directly involved in an issue that we believe can change the story of Nigeria, which is to resuscitate our education, particularly in Western Nigeria. It will interest you to know that when they're talking of out-of-school children, Western Nigeria is up there in the poor statistics of the number of out-of-school children. And you'll be telling yourself that for a region that had free education about 57 years ago in 1955, we shouldn't be talking about out-of-school children. And a few years ago, when we went to Okela, to Abolari College, we, as Dawn Commission, quickly got involved. And yes, I mean, I'm a bit biased here because Kabiyesi was my teacher when I was doing my A-level. But what we saw when we first visited and my subsequent visit, I told myself that whatever little I can give or whatever effort I can make, this college must be sustained. And as Kabiyesi told us, we're from here producing great minds of tomorrow. I mean, you can imagine if we can have this spread across Western Nigeria. I'm sorry, my remit is Western Nigeria, but when we have a progressive and a prosperous Western Nigeria, obviously we have it within the context of the Nigerian state itself. So I'm particularly happy that ARG Canada, you just didn't say we are not bothered. You've put your money where your mouth is by getting involved. And we are partnering with you as Dawn Commission because obviously, I mean, about a week ago, I was having a chat with the chairman of ARG, Honorable Wale Osun. I was despairing at the number of our young people who are leaving the country, exiting because they feel there's no hope. And Honorable Osun dropped something and said, Sheye, have you thought of the Indian model, whereby, yes, there are loads of Indians outside India, but they are transferring knowledge, finance, whatever, back to India. And India today is the better for it. And I'm glad that the Honorable Commissioner for Regional Integration and Diaspora Affairs is also on this webinar, because I know that he is actually very passionate as well about how we can engage our diasporans to get involved in what goes on here. You've chosen a worthy venture, ARG Canada. We are very happy. We will partner with you. And we say it all the time that Nigeria is our country and we have to make it work. Feel free to come home to see what is going on. And I can assure you that what you've started today, you won't regret, because Kabiyesi is a man of complete integrity. When he started this, he was totally from his own pocket, getting his friends involved. I'm particularly happy to say that Dawn Commission, we've partnered with the college, and we are now partnering with ARG Canada to make sure that, and to ensure that this college outlives all of us. It has to be sustained. And I'm glad to say that we will work with you all the way. I mean, if you go to our website now, you will see that the adverts for the teachers to be engaged by ARG is already on the Dawn Commission Facebook page and website. That's just a start. We are glad that this is happening, and I can assure you that hopefully Diaspora, ARG Canada, the success of what you're doing today will encourage you to do a lot more. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, DG Dawn Commission. And Dawn Commission is the development agenda for Western Nigeria, and you can actually feel his passion for the development of the region that they represent indeed. So thank you very much for that, wonderful speech from you. We really appreciate you. Now, moving on, I'm going to bring up right now another associate of our dear brother and friend, late Pius, Professor Pius Adesomi, in the person of Mrs. Bamidele Ademola Olateju. She's from the Ondo State Commissioner. She's the Ondo State Commissioner for Regional Integration. and Diaspora Relations. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mrs. Bamidele Ademola Olateju. You are welcome, ma'am.
You're on mute.
I think your mic is muted.
Thank you. I want to thank the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by our friend, Senator Babafemi Ojudu, the Nigerian Ambassador to Canada, His Royal Highness Oba Adedokun Abolarin Aroyinkeye Kini. Thank you, sir. Thank you to the Agbana of Sisanlu. Thank you to Honorable Wale Oshun, our leader, and Shifayo Afolabi, my leader and friend, Bayo Aregbeshola, the coordinator. Thank you, everyone. And to Auntie Yabo, thank you for being here. And to the students of Abolari and everybody, thank you so much. Well, this is a bittersweet thing. It's bitter in that Pius is not here with us, and it's sweet in the sense that ARG Canada deemed it fit to honor his memory and project his legacy. I know Pius very well as a sister and as a friend. What sums up Pius's life can be found in one of the quotations attributed to one of the best reform politicians of the 19th century, Britain. His name is Lord Henry Brougham. He wrote in one of his tomes that education makes a people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. That quote has summed up Pius's belief in education, and a good one at that. This world will be a different place if young people read, get educated, and they do not get involved in drugs, in violence, in alcohol, and sex. Throughout Pius's life, especially the last 15 years, which I'm privileged to be a part of, I know that Pius believed so much in equal access to education. He believed that education is the key to having good quality of life. And he believed that education is a requirement for social mobility. He believed that education helps you to understand society and how it changes or how it never changed. We need to think about this. I have been to Abolari College twice. I visited Abolari College when the student population was 90. Today is over 150, as I heard this morning. And two things stood out of this conversation for me. One was Oba Abolari saying he may not be here for the future, he will not be here for the future. I disagree with that because the future is now. And Chief Oba Abolari is here today, and he will be here in 200 years because by educating these children, he will be educating generations. So I disagree that he will not be here. He has planted his footprints in the sands of time. That's incontrovertible. And our compare today kept stressing transparency. Maybe because he hasn't been to Abolari College. Because if you have been to Abolari College, that would be a moot point. Because this school literally lives by this bootstrap. The students cook their own food. When you go there, you will know that every penny will be accounted for. You will see it. You can even cut it with a knife. because they plant their own food. There's no way you can give them a dime and it will go to another thing. The last time I was at Abolari, maybe you don't even know the topography. It's a rolling hill, very beautiful scenery, but difficult environment. If you visit that school, you will see that they plant their own food, do their own things. Everything is by shoestring budget. It's very tight for them. So I call on everyone here this morning, donate generously to helping Abolari College. Your money will go to educating generations. And that is what my dear friend Pius Adesomi lived and died for. He died going to Addis to educate. This guy died literally for Africa. It's ironic that he died in the heart of the Nile Valley, where human beings started from. I ponder on this every day. So please, you can volunteer to be a teacher, or if you know someone who can volunteer, you can volunteer to help them in many ways. There are several needs in the school. Visit the school, for example, to see what they have done. Oba Abolari is the epitome of humanity. Those who know me very well know I'm not given to flattery. When you go there, you will know that this man has dedicated his authority over his people to educating young people. And he does not care where they are from, who their mother or their father is. The only thing he cares for is uplifting poor children who have the cognitive ability to rise higher than their parents. That is what this man has done. Let us help him. I have in my own little way, I will continue to visit the school, continue to support the school. And I thank ARD Canada that you have done this and you are going to be doing more. I thank those who have volunteered, my friend Farouk Perogi, Moses Ochonu, Samuel Oloruntoba, my dear brother. I thank all of you for volunteering for this. And in my remit as the Commissioner for Regional Integration and Diaspora, I will extend the hands of my ministry across to ARG Canada very soon, because we have to collaborate not only to help Abolari College, but to help Western Nigeria, because we are slipping in the scale of education in Nigeria. It's a known fact. We are leading out of school children, and nobody can do this alone. You people in the diaspora, you have to look in to see how you can help us. I'm so happy you are leading the way. Thank you, everyone. Kábíyèsí, kádé pẹ́ lórí, kí bàtà pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, kí ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ dọ̀kìnní, ẹ máa pẹ́ lórí oyè bàbá yín, ẹ ṣé, orúkọ ló ń roni, ẹ ní àròyìn kẹ́yè, lágbára Ọlọ́run, ẹ máa pẹ́ lórí oyè yìí, ẹ máa ṣe oríire pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yìí, oríire wọn á ṣojú ẹ̀mí yín. Mo dúpẹ́ o. Thank you, everyone.
I am tempted to say that we should keep that applause going. We should just keep that applause going. One more time, please. Can we put our hands together? Can we applaud? That's it. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our dear Commissioner, and for giving us that more insight into what our dear King is doing with the student. I love the fact that you were able to give us some graphical description of where the school is actually situated, and for us to appreciate the great work that is going on right in that region. Thank you so much. And thank you also for that, assurance of commitment, continued commitment to support everything that the ARG is doing and what the Abolari College also is doing. Thank you very much. God bless you, ma. And I think that we've received quite a number of comments in the chat room people donating and promising what they are going to contribute. I also saw one or two commitments to join the teachers initiative. We really appreciate all of you for extending your hand of fellowship to partner with us in this particular initiative. God bless you all and enrich your pockets greatly. All right. So right about now, I would like to confirm if we have Dr. Unduka Otiono with us.
Yes,
my
please.
coordinator.
Yes,
All right,
please.
excellent. Good to have you, sir. I understand that with the aid of technology, you've been juggling in between events. We really appreciate your commitment and for standing by us on this initiative. So right about now, we'd like you to give us your brief remark about your relationship with our late brother and friend, Professor Pius Adesomi. Over to you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Shola Oyebade, for anchoring this event and so nicely. I'd like to thank our colleagues and their friends, especially my very good friend Bayo Aregbesola and ARG Canada for putting this event together. This is a happy moment, but also a very sad moment. Happy in the sense that we are, paying homage as this is due to a very distinguished friend and a distinguished African for whom no amount of legacies will be enough. But sad that, we'd rather have Payo, with us and then continue to do the great work that he had been doing. I had known Pius way back to days at the University of Ibadan. And then I also had the opportunity of meeting the family close up. And so at the Institute, our paths had crossed, from Ibadan to Canada. And in a very interesting twist, Professor Adesomi finished from UBC, University of British Columbia, and went to the States to work at Penn State University, and then came back to Canada, where he continued with his career. My life also followed a similar trajectory, and Professor Adesomi was instrumental to my returning to Canada. I finished from University of Alberta, and then went to the United States to Brown University to work with the great Chinua Achebe, and then also came back to Canada and then to Ottawa. And another person who has had a similar trajectory is also Bayo himself, Aregbesola, who had gone all over the place and finally came to Canada, to Ottawa. And then here we are. Would rather have Professor Adesomi in our midst. Pius was a proud Isolu man and a proud Isolu son. He was a proud Kogite, a proud Nigerian, a proud African, a proud Canadian, and a proud global citizen. This occasion is not just a celebration of Professor Adesomi and his well-deserved legacies, which are well-earned, but also a celebration of service to humanity, and even more to knowledge production, which he spent his life pursuing and advancing. I bring you goodwill from our Institute of African Studies at Carleton University, Ottawa, where Professor Adesomi was the director of the Institute as of the time of his tragic and painful passing. I bring you goodwill from Carleton University, which has now also set up a different kind of way of honoring Professor Adesomi for his distinguished service. And I would ask Mr. Aregbesola to pull up a link, that I had sent to him to just show the current website of the Institute of African Studies, the front page. I think if you click on the link, we'll be able to have that. It shows the kind of centrality and the kind of achievement, that Professor Adesomi recorded in this place, and then also how much he is treasured and the kind of ways that he is also being honored. I would like to also pay homage to Mama Adesomi, Pius' mom, very dear mom, who the last time I saw was when she visited us at Ottawa here. I can imagine what it's been the past 3 years have been. Time flies and time heals, but we just never manage to erase our hurts and our traumas, but we manage to deal with them. I also acknowledge, yes, okay, so that's the current Institute of African Studies website. And this is our celebration of our dear Pius Adesomi. and then the kind of legacy that is also being put forward for him here. I would also like to acknowledge the family, the immediate family, Muyiwa and the children, Dami and Tishe, for whom, this kind of tragic incidents even has a different kind of dimension, even as they grow up. I would like to thank ARG Canada for convoking this event. It's also very much important that this has to do with advancing knowledge production. And then at a tier of education that Pius hadn't quite, focused on at that point in time, but which shows how much he had hoped that Africa would be the future that the world looks to. And this indeed is quoting him in his book, Who Owns the Story. I think at this point, I want to acknowledge the effort of all of those who are continuing to contribute to advancing education. Education is the future, especially for young people who are disadvantaged. Unlike a school like the Abolarin College. Without this kind of opportunity, some of these children may never, ever be able to cut out from the cycle of poverty, which circumstances beyond their control, sometimes by the sheer, force of nature and birth had put them into. And I believe that an opportunity of this kind of events will spur on all those who are coming, especially those in the policy section in our country, those who have the opportunity to forge the kind of policies that will make people like Professor Pius Adesomi spend more time at home rather than abroad. What we do is to continue to bridge this knowledge production and the gap. And AROG and all of you who are here today are contributing to that. On that note, I want to express my condolences yet again to Professor Adesomi's family and the Solu people and all those communities whose lives he has touched. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Otiono, for that, speech. And thank you also for honoring the memory of our brother and, friend, at the university as well. And thank you also for setting up that link, which of course people in the diaspora can also be able to remit their donations or contributions as the case may be. We really, really appreciate the support that you have given this initiative today. God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Please let me appreciate Doctor in the chat room as we move on. So if you all agree with me, it has been an excellent time today. And you all have been such a great crowd. You have been such a great audience. And you have cooperated greatly by listening and by contributing in the chat. And also for lending your support to all that has been, expressed here today. So bringing this program to the close gradually, I am going to call on His Royal Highness, the King of Isolu Kingdom, Oba Moses Babatunde Etombi, Oto Atope Lórúkọ Oba. So that's why I've been trying to just mention the titles alone. So right now we bring you up for the vote of thanks on behalf of the entire Isolu Kingdom, which is the homeland of our dear brother and friend, Professor Pius Adesomi. Please make welcome His Royal Highness Oba. Hello, sir. Hello.
All right. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, sir.
Sorry. On behalf of the Isolu Kingdom and Pius Adesomi's family, I want to really appreciate everybody. Well, let me start by thanking His Excellency the Vice President, represented by Senator Chudu, and His Excellency the Ambassador to Canada, the ARG Canada, and most especially my colleague, Kabiesi Obadedokun Abolarin. Really appreciate you Chief Afolabi, Oyegbade, and Bayo Aregbesola. I will not be able to mention everybody, but on behalf of the Son of Kingdom, we really appreciate you for this, putting up this particular event. And Pius, really has been a secondary school. We attended the same secondary school together, and it was so unique that he was the only person offering French. Wonderful person. And well, like I always tell people, it's not how long we live, but the legacy we are going to leave behind. We thank God for his life, and thank God you have been talking about legacy. The legacy will never die. And I can assure you that whatever thing we need to do, I want to be like Kabiyesi Adedokun Abolare too, so that I can establish something like that and be able to, and I pray God will give me the enablement to be able to do that. So we thank you very much. We are all going to die one day, but the legacy we are leaving behind, good enough. Of Obadedokun legacy is going to live forever. Legacy of Prof. Pius too. Forever, and we live in that house. We appreciate you. We thank you. We can't thank you enough. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the Son of Kingdom, we appreciate you. And definitely we'll continue to join you and whatever thing we need to do to promote and to promote the legacy of Professor Pius. And this we'll continue to be doing that. The mother is doing well, and we're happy with her, and she's okay, giving glory to God, believing that God knows everything. She's a very wonderful woman too. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our King. We really appreciate you, Kabiyesi. All right, I just received some information regarding how people are already, fulfilling the promises that they drop in the chat room, and this is coming directly from His Royal Highness Kabiyesi Abolarin himself. Sorry, and we have two people that have already credited the school's account with 200,000. That is, 100,000 each, and I think one of them is disclosed. If you don't mind, I can just mention that is Asiwaju Ashiru Idris. Thank you so much for doing this. May the Lord replenish your pocket and bless you all immensely as you continue to do this. Thank you. All right, and we'll continue to update you. I believe that we would be able to, keep the database of everybody that has joined us today. And in later time in the future, we can also give you some progress reports, what is going on at the school, and how much we have been able to really achieve in terms of the goals and the objectives that we have for that great school. Thank you, everybody. So right now, as we are winding down gradually, I'm going to, I have the great privilege and honor to call on Honorable Olawale Oshun, who is the Afenifere Renewal Group Chairman, National Chairman for the Afenifere Renewal Group, to give us the closing remarks for this great event of today. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Honorable Olawale Oshun.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Mr. Vice President, His Excellency Yemi Osinbajo, SANGCON, His Excellency Nigerian High Commissioner in Canada, Ambassador Adeyinka Ashikun, the Kábíyèsí Adédòkun Abọ́lárìn, the Ọ̀ràngún of Òkè-Ìlá, Kábíyèsí the Àgbàlá of Ìsọlú. Now, the ARG coordinator in Canada. Well, I think all one can do at this stage is to thank Canada ARG for his foresight. But there must be something going on or going for Canada, because you see, I am sure that aside from the personal relationship that could have existed between the Vice President and Ọ̀ràngún of Ìlá, I know that Ambassador Adeyinka Asekun would have played quite a prominent role in making this occasion possible and feasible. And I can recall that my last visit to Canada, when I had the privilege of interacting greatly with Professor Pius Adesomi, was when Ambassador Ojomaduke was also the Nigerian High Commissioner in Canada. And he was present in all the activities of ARG. He was at home with us. And I imagine that Ambassador Adeyinka Asekun is also doing the same thing for us in Canada. So we must thank you, sir, for this interest. And through you, also thank the Vice President of Nigeria. But I need to emphasize here that what Oba Abọ́lárìn, Adédòkun Abọ́lárìn, is doing in Ìlá is novel, and we can only hope that Yoruba Obas will start to trace who they have been, who they were in those days, because they led their kingdoms, they led their communities. But we are beginning to have Obas who are doing otherwise. So we must thank and praise Kábíyèsí Adé apẹ́ lórí bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Adé apẹ́ lórí bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. For this noble task you have assigned yourself. Some of your colleagues are doing things that are the inanities, really. But you have donated your time, your pockets. We must thank you, sir. I've known you for a long time. So the thank coming from me, the appreciation coming from me, you may take it as, but I can tell you, sir, that from all the members of Afenifere Renewal Group at home and in diaspora, and I can also say from all Yoruba people across our land space, we want to thank you for this leadership, because you are pointing attention again to where our development lies. It is education. Education, acquisition of skills, home training. I was quite excited when Honorable Ateju was talking about these students preparing their meals, cultivating their crops. I mean, these are some of the traits of Omoluabi, because a proper Omoluabi must be able to use his hands and use his brain. That is what we are cultivating in these young chaps. So we want to thank you, sir. And maybe finally say to the coordinator in Canada that you are showing us some light as to the kind of activities that we even at home can be pursuing. Your colleague in the US, if you remember, they also dedicated some schools in Kwara some 2 years back by equipping 2 schools with facilities, desks, tables, books. And I think what you are showing to us is that education is at the bedrock. So if the US did that for Kwara, and you have chosen the Abolari College in Ela, I just hope that you will now specialize and focus on education with your colleagues in diaspora. And the conference that you have been delaying, because I spoke, the last time we had our meeting, we spoke about the diaspora conference for all the diaspora units. Maybe the issue of bringing education back to the limelight. You please pursue it. You put it around your neck to pursue. And finally, the children in Abolari College, I wish you well. We pray for you. And I am sure as you sit down there, it's just that one cannot point out, but I can see governors sitting, I can see doctors sitting, I can see lawyers sitting, and the Almighty God will bless you, will bless your handwork. And Oba Abolari will reign and reign in peace, and the Almighty God will give him the good health to continue the peaceful reign in Orogunila. Adé apẹ́ lórí bàtà apẹ́lẹ́ sáà tó jọba fi sọ́lú. Olúwa á wà pẹ̀lú yín o. Ẹ bá wa kí màmá o. A special greetings from us. Olúwa á wà pẹ̀lú wọn o. A dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ o, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Baba Honorable Olawale Oshun. Thank you for that words of wisdom also for us to focus on what we put in people. Like somebody said, is far more important than what we leave for people. So thank you so much that what we are doing right now is to ensure that we put the right legacy in all these younger ones so that we can really secure our future as a nation. So thank you very much. And I think with that closing remarks, I can say that we have all safely come to the end of this great event. But you just permit me to be able to acknowledge the support that we have received from some of my fellow panelists who, for one reason or the other, they haven't really been able to speak to us, but I know that their contribution at the background has actually contributed to the success of this program. So I'm going to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Lateef Adewoye. Thank you so much for your contribution. Mr. Tunde Ashaju, thank you very much. I will appreciate if you can help me just celebrate them in the chat room. And I'm also looking, I have Engineer Ronti Dauda, thank you very much. Mr. Henry Olayemi, thank you very much. And I think I have Mr. Dakbo Bodode. Yes, we all met him earlier on. Thank you very much, sir. And also, I think that's about all. I just felt it's important. Most times when you see lovely things happening out there, there is usually a lot of people responsible for making it happen. I want to say a big thank you to all the panelists. Thank you to all. Thank you to our guest speaker, our guest of honor. Thank you to our keynote speaker. Thank you to our coordinator, the ARG coordinator, and also thank you to all the friends and associates of our dear brother that have come to honor us here today. And trust me, without the audience out there that have been able to grace this occasion, this wouldn't be the success that it has been. So I would like to say a very big thank you to all of you out there. If you can hear me loud and clear, please just say that you celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself in the chat room. We really appreciate you, and God bless you. Now, this is just the beginning. I just feel I should put that out there. This is the beginning, and it is a very good platform for all of us to begin to also make our own little contribution and impact, as the case may be. I think it was Stephen Covey that says that they will live for 4 L's. Will live for 4 L's. He said to live, all right, to learn, to love, and to leave a legacy. Any life that is void of that last one is no life. And this is part of the ways we can also begin to leave our legacy behind by contributing and supporting initiatives such as this one. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time and for your contribution. It has been a great privilege serving you all today. And my name is Shola Oyegbade. I am a life coach, and I'm also a corporate performance learning and development expert. Thank you for your time, and God bless you. Till we come your way again, stay blessed. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe they want to say something.
Thank you. What a beautiful way to wrap up the program, that we are the one. The solution is in all of us. As long as we continue to collaborate and we continue to support one another, we will continue to forge ahead. Thank you so much. And I think on that note, I don't, my coordinator, any other thing before we sign out finally?
We're good to go.
We are good to go. All right. So it's been wonderful having all of you on at this event, and I look forward to being able to do a lot more with us in our various respective areas of endeavor. And because somebody said that collaboration is very, very important, even in this new dispensation. And even in other areas, we can collaborate together. God bless you all. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So the children, bye-bye, all of you. God bless you.
Bye.
Well done, yes, well done.
Hey, did you finish the recording now? Dr. Adewey.
I think it's still recording.
Yeah, Mr. Oyebade was still, still the host. I don't know if he's there. Did you finish the recording?
It's still there.
Yeah. Mr. Oyebade, if you're still there, if you stop the recording and it's going to save it, you have the option of saving it to your hard disk, like we mentioned. Mr. Oyebade.
Maybe it's connection.
Oh, good.
Okay, so it's stopped.
Okay. Now you can save it.
Hello, sir. Sorry, I got a call that distracted me.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope I wasn't needed for something critical.
No, it was just because the recording was still going on, and I.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think I've stopped it now.
Yeah, you stopped it now, so you have a chance.
And where's Bayo? Bayo's out of the call.
Yeah,
I think it dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, it dropped. So.
Well, thank God that the session is ended before, if it's connectivity or anything. So.
Okay.
Thank
so
you all for
who saved it? Who saved it? Is it?
You mean the
on your system?
No, it's going to save in the cloud.
Oh, in the cloud. Okay.
Yeah, it's better that it's in the cloud. And we are still on Facebook. Come on.